Hi, Pisces. I'm Lisi, the High Priestess, and this can resonate in your past, present, or future. Okay, this is a brand new channel. This is not my old channel, so press like, subscribe, notification bell. With the notification bell, you can get my lives. If not, you'll have to wait 12 hours until YouTube releases it. Okay, I'm gonna do something different today. I'm going to mix these cards up and see what it tells me. They recommend not to do that. I have done this before and I had nightmares. I couldn't go to sleep until I put the decks back. Okay. But I'm just, when I'm done doing my readings, I'll put them right back. Okay. So double check. If you're in the occult, you need to double check whatever it is that you're doing. Make sure it doesn't backfire on you. Okay. Do your homework. Okay. Always do your homework. All right, because you never know when you might be doing something wrong, and that's why things keep on backfiring with you. Okay, I don't know. I feel like I have to say that. Okay, some people are allowed to make mistakes, and there's some people that are not allowed to make mistakes. They're not even allowed. That's why some people are more gifted than other people because it's in their bloodline. Some people are meant to dabble in the occult. Some people are actually meant to be in congregation and religion. Some people are meant to be different leaders in different spirituality. Okay, because everybody's assigned to a special work. So it's very important. Yes, it's okay to be inspired by people. Okay, yes, be inspired by people. Of course, you should always, but never steal their work. Always pay homage. I've always say this: pay homage to those have led the way because they have done their own work. Okay, so I see the Three of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Okay, and the Fool card. Okay, so I feel like someone has been doing some kind of work to call in rich men. Okay, and instead of getting rich, they have been receiving a lot of rich men around, them, but they keep getting men who are drunks or a-holes or they won't leave them alone. Like they get people who because yes, they're rich, but then they hold you like they bind them to you. Okay, if you try to leave them, they act a mess. Okay, they try to make your life a living hell. Okay, see, and that's why I say you got to be careful who you go to who does your work, your spiritual work, what you're doing as far as spirituality. If you're dabbling in the arts, you know what I don't like? I don't like how TikTok has, and even sometimes in certain places on YouTube, that they're teaching people how to do love spells, binding spells, and stuff like that. And they do it themselves without doing their homework because they'll do it all for likes, subscriptions, because that's how they get paid. But they don't tell you the consequences of what happens when you're playing in the arts and when you are calling on to the ethers and you're asking for this kind of energy. For example, if you're doing money spells, okay, and the words that you use, okay, that's exactly what you're going to get back. I want to become rich. Okay, I use my blood, I cut myself. I'm just throwing that out, I'm not teaching you anything because that's not how I would tell anybody to do any money work. Okay. Um, and then they go off and do that, right? And then you know what happens? Okay, someone in their family dies, someone close to them, someone that they truly love dies, and then they get to inherit a bunch of money. So was it worth it? It's almost like Illuminati when they say that when right before someone becomes real famous, um someone in their family dies, it's like they sacrifice someone's life. Okay, and then they blow up and become famous. And at the end of the day, what's wrong with taking your time as far as your creative arts, as far as getting rich? Why not work hard for it? Why not do positive affirmations instead of doing black magic to where you attract money that actually wasn't supposed to be in your hands? I'll tell you why, because some people don't respect money, and they don't respect what comes with money and the responsibility with money. And that's why people who are stuck in Illuminati, they tend to have a life where they become addicted to drugs, where they don't have real friends, where they can't even build a family they can trust because everyone around them is fake. They're snakes. Whether you did positive affirmations or you did black magic or you sold your soul or whatever it is, there is consequences to that. But when you're doing positive affirmations, you know the universe is going to reward you for the things that are actually meant for you, and they may not take as fast because it's a journey. It's a journey that takes you to where you actually belong. The real mission of your journey, the real meaning of your life journey, versus to you trying to play God or someone trying to play God. And then you will understand why we don't play God. Okay, why I'll tell you why we can never be God. Okay, because God is never in a physical form. Okay, could you imagine being God? Just put yourself in God's shoes if you could, because anyone that does this kind of stuff, you're trying to place your feet in God's shoes, and you don't know if God even wears shoes. You don't know that, because God is a floating object. God is everywhere amongst us. He created the trees, the sky, the door. Did you create that? I think not. Were you alive when Adam and Eve was alive? I think not. Yes, God is within us because he created us. We are part of him. But to play God, to play maker, did you get to choose your own DNA? No, you really think about it. If you're in a human form, you are not God. You are not. So when people play God, there is great consequences to that, because I'll tell you what, God sees everything. So imagine God being up in the sky and watching these people molest, rape, do hideous crimes, right? And God decides, you know what, I'm going to leave you to the same devils that you called upon, and you will reap your own karma, right? You're reaping your own karma. And then when they're reaping their karma, they're screaming to God, God, please help me. But yet you wasn't asking God for forgiveness until you reaped your own motherfucking karma. And I'm not just speaking on you. We could be speaking about the people around us. Then all of a sudden you want to call upon God, but you ignored him the whole time when he was telling you not to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You are my son. Seek God. Seek the angels. No, I'm going to sell my soul. I'm going to sell their soul, and I'm going to get money. I'm going to be rich because I'm God now. All right, you want to be God? Well, let me give you what comes with the responsibilities of God. That's why it's important for us to let God do God. You know what I'm saying? Because then you bind yourself to someone that is of God, but it can never be God. Then the devil won. And that's why God has the devil. That's why God created the devil. God loved the devil so much that he gave him this world so he can go through whatever he needed to go through. It's like your child going through a tantrum. Okay, you want to throw a tantrum? Go to your room. Go to your room. This is your room, and the energy that you want will stay in your room. Okay, but you know what, devil, you taught me a great lesson. You know, you taught me that not everybody is worthy of the gates of heaven. So you know what, God, everybody that wants, or you know what, devil, anyone that wants to become an angel, they have to go through you first, so they can get to the heavens of God. And like that, it will test their faith. It will test their journey. And if they don't make it, they will be reincarnated again into that hell. And that's how much God loved the devil. That's how much he, ooh, there's the devil card. That's how much he loved him. I'm telling you, God has eternal love for everybody. You know, I was reading through memes on Facebook, and someone was saying I have to keep on telling myself over and over again that God loves my enemies too. God forgave my enemies. 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 Why did God forgive our enemies? Why? 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 Because at any time in this life, we can become angels. That's why. Because God is even trying to give the devil the opportunity to become an angel again, to stop being in your room like you're grounded. You have every power to get your wings and come back over here to me, my son. And it's funny because this song is talking about Jesus. But no, you know, God, the devil found his purpose in his own little world, in his own little room. but one day God will come back, because imagine that. Imagine the devil actually asking God for forgiveness, asking him, like, you know what? I'm tired of this world. Let's destroy it. I'm going to come back to you, my God. Imagine that's how much God loved his own angel. It was his son. But I mean, I'm not telling people to go worship the devil. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not even telling people to go worship God if you don't believe in him. But you got to believe in something, because then you will fall for anything. All right. I'm gonna tell you this, you never know why God made certain people demons and certain people angels, and why God gave the power of forgiveness on certain people, because sometimes the devil must exist to get rid of certain demons. And sometimes those demons go through these things so they can transfer themselves to become angels, because your villain could be my angel. Okay, my angel could be your villain. And that's understanding the ethers. Okay, understanding what is, understanding that this world isn't meant to be the heavens of God. This is a worldly place. This is the realms of the devil. This is where he roams. And we are all prone to pain, to mistakes. We're all prone to being the enemy within ourselves. Sometimes they say your worst enemy is you. You are your worst enemy, because when you choose to do bad, who chose to do that? You can say, "Oh, the devil made me do it." That's a lie, because God gave us free will. You chose to listen to the devil. You chose to do and be indwelling in his ways. That I call bullshit on that. You were given the same choice everybody else has. And we were given, the power to heal ourselves as well. The power to understand that we must have angels within us. But sometimes people talk more to their demons than what they do to their angels. That's why in Buddhism, balance is necessary. In Buddhism, they teach you that you must know your demons so you can master your angels, because then when someone's speaking in tongues, when someone is speaking and in in a language you shouldn't be understanding. You feel me? Why do you think demons speak in tongues? Huh? Why do you think demons speak in tongues? Because only demons can understand demon talk. And you know why you can't understand their language? Because it's all action. Why the power of your tongue? Why is it, when you ask God, forgive me, there's so much power in speaking that, speaking life and not speaking death. But maybe this is this is too much. Maybe, this might scare someone to speak with the truth and not in tongues.